All right. Hey, everyone. So, as Bailey said, this is hosting a virtual event, and so we're going to get social. So let's get social. Of course, it's distantly because we're still in COVID. So I have no disclosures. So let's start off how to host a virtual event. So what are they? And y'all are pretty much pros at it by now, but we want to go into a little bit more detail and kind of fine-tune some things. So, what are virtual events? Interacting with others through technology, which y'all do every day when y'all host a telemedicine call, anything like that. You are pros at virtual events, and you just don't know it. So, how did we get here? As y'all remember, COVID, and some more COVID. Oh, and Renee in a hazmat suit with more COVID. All right, but there's always a but. In 2020, your active outreach events, we want to look what you did. Y'all had 869 events. Y'all had over 93,000 attendees, which means y'all averaged 108 attendees per event, and that is outstanding. That is more than what y'all were doing face-to-face in 2019. So y'all have reached far greater people through technology. So how about passive outreach? Y'all were already pros at that. Y'all did 742 events and reached over 141,000 attendees. You guys hit it out of the park. You averaged almost 200 attendees a passive event. That's great and fabulous and awesome. All right, so look at your passive events, guys. In May and in October, y'all did fabulous. So we had May is Stroke Awareness Month, and in October, y'all did Fall Fest, and y'all were able to do that as a passive event and through the use of social media and other outlets to help boost your attendees. So let's look at the attendees. Look at that number in May. That's almost 40,000 people you reached for Stroke Awareness Month, and that was with the help of each one of you guys in our Stroke PSA. If you didn't participate in the Stroke PSA, then y'all were able to share it on your social media, and we reached almost 40,000 Arkansans. That's insane. Y'all are awesome. So give yourself a round of applause. All right, so you guys carried on. Look at this graph. For your active events, we had a large number of active events. They varied a little bit. But how about your passive events? Your active attendees. You had 38,000 active attendees in May once again. So y'all were reaching people virtually, face-to-face through a computer or technology, and y'all were doing it very, very well. So once again, you carried on and you stayed strong. You brought home the bacon. Y'all congratulate yourselves. Y'all did awesome. It was during COVID. Y'all reached so many people. You were still able to educate Arkansans to get to a stroke-ready facility. So now that we've gone over the praise because y'all did such a fabulous job, we want to talk about how to host a virtual event. So hosting 101. You want to plan. Why do you want to plan? Because you want to avoid last-minute events. You also want to check your availability. We're busy people. We get that. So what can you do? You can make a calendar to avoid overbooking yourself. You can also check with your contacts. So your regular contacts, your schools, your banks, anything that you normally contact, they may have other virtual opportunities for you. And so check with them to see. You might not be able to bring the Mega Brain, but you might be able to meet with students and give them a quiz over BFAST, or you might be able to set up the Mega Brain at your facility and give them a tour without them physically being there. So these are some things that you just have to get creative, and you just have to do various things, but y'all are all capable of doing it, as y'all so told in 2020. And also assess your resources. So what do you have available? Do you have a microphone, a camera? What do you have? We'll get into that in just a second. So like I said, do you have a microphone and do you have a camera? Your possibilities are endless. You can literally do anything with that. You can read Grandpa's Crooked Smile through the computer to a kindergarten class. Or, better yet, you could record that and you could post it to YouTube, and 20 kindergarten classes could use it. You could give a presentation. You could, once again, record that presentation, and whoever needs it can use it. And we have PowerPoints available. Contact your health educator, and we can get those to you. And you can play games. You can play games through video and through video and interacting with one another. You can totally do that. So create a game, create a BFAST game, create a competition. Let one class compete and see what they get, and let another class compete, and then make it a competition. We all love competitions. And you don't have to give prizes, but you can say who's the winner. Like I said, a competition means more to these kids than just reading a book, right? Make it competitive. All right, so do you guys have access to social media? You can use yours, you can use your hospitals, you can use your friends, your brothers, who's ever, use them all. But post. So you can do Facebook, you can do YouTube. We have the Digital Health and Innovation Facebook page. We also have a UAMS YouTube page that our PSAs are going to. And so you can use a variety of things. Whatever you have, use it and account for it. And so you can use this little scan me function with your phone. If you'd like to scan it right now, you just hold your camera up to it and it'll scan and take you to our guidelines. And those are the guidelines that we presented at all sites a few months ago, and that can tell you all the different things you need to know about posting on the website and posting social media and how to count it on your monthly reports. So again, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And do y'all have any questions?